A man pulled into the gas station at 2 a.m. with a quiet kid in the back of his truck. The kid came inside alone, grabbed a bag of kettle chips on her way to the counter. I was immediately confused because her voice was flat and her eyes were locked on mine and looked completely blank. Do you have those pizza pockets? The pepperoni ones? In the red box? I know what kid voices sound like, and they don't sound like that unless something is extremely wrong. My blood went cold, and I said, "Let me go check. Hang on a sec." I crouched behind the counter and immediately hit the secret red button that calls the police. Something was wrong with this kid, and I needed to know what. And just as I stood up to speak to her again, the man came in a minute later. He laughed, and I stared at him looking for any sign of danger. "She's been bugging me about wanting snacks for an hour." He ruffled her hair, and she didn't move. Her eyes were wide like she was in terror. I looked outside to see if the police were here yet, but the parking lot was empty. He started digging for cash to pay, and that's when the girl tugged on my sleeve. "Can I have some gum?" I went to grab the chewing gum, and then she asked for a slushie too, except there was no slushie machine. I realized she was buying time until help arrived. That made me even more anxious. Her sleeve rode up while she was pointing at the rack, and I saw the bruise on her wrist, dark and old, and the cuff of her shirt was filthy, like she had been in the same clothes for a week. I was so horrified that I was getting goosebumps. But on the outside, I tried my best to look completely nonchalant. Through the windshield behind him, I could see a second person in the back seat. It was smaller than the girl in front of me, and not moving. Was there a dead body in the car? I saw a tear fall down the girl's face, and I knew if help didn't come soon, then things wouldn't be good. It took everything in me to pretend like everything was okay. But I guess the man noticed that I was putting the pieces together, because suddenly he bolted towards the truck. I turned to see the girl running, following him, and I knew it was because she was too scared not to. Adrenaline pumped through me as I ran towards them and saw the van. Suddenly, we were swarmed by police cars. The man tried to run away, but the cops stopped him. They searched his van and found things that shouldn't have been there. The girl tugged at my sleeve. My mom told me one time, like, if you're somewhere and you can't say what's wrong, you ask for something they don't have and they'll know.